Hi folks, and welcome to another edition of my Veg Garden. Today is Saturday the 21st of November. It's a really cold overnight. We had a little bit of snow, didn't really lie, still some on the shed, but it's not really lie, so that was a bit of a surprise. But next sort of 2 weeks is meant to be really quite cold, so it'll be a matter of sort of just looking after everything that's out at the moment. Today's video is really about me doing giant onions. I've tried them several years on the trot. I think my storage of my seeds, where I've tried them, have all gone wrong. Last year was the first time I had my grow cabinet, and it just, I think I did everything wrong. So we're going to try again. Got a new set of giant onion seeds, and we'll I'll show you what I'm going to do. Show them going inside the cabinet, and we'll see how well we get on. So follow me, folks. So here we are, folks. We're inside the shed at the bottom of the garden. As you can see, greenhouse just there. I prepared my soil, made it nice and moist in the tray. So we've got our seeds. I need to try and do this one-handed. Okay, so these are right. Bear with me, folks. Right, so here we go. What does it say in the back? Plant before April 2017. Oh, no problem with that. So can't remember how many seeds are actually in the pack when I ordered them. Let's see if me. Bear with me a second. Oh. No, it doesn't actually say how many. So, oh well, not to worry. We'll plant about half of them in here. So what we'll do is we'll open the packet. So you just bear with me a second. I'll try and keep the camera semi-steady. I'll tell you what. Just let me just pause you for a minute, and then I'll open it so it actually makes it easier, so you don't get jiggled all about the place. So welcome back, folks. It took me a bit longer to actually open the packet than I thought. So here we go. I did say, I think a moment ago, about not planting them all, but half them. Well, there is only 40 seeds, as you can see. So I think what we'll do is we'll just plant these in here, and that it's not worth it just for only doing 20. So we'll do 40. So if you just bear with me a second, and then I'm just going to swap hands because I'm right-handed, so it actually makes it easier when sprinkling. So here we go, folks. Right. So as I said, right-handed. So what we're just going to do is just sprinkle over the whole. This is not just randomly. So that's them done. And what I do with mine is, I don't know if this is right, I found I get more success with growing onions with my grow cabinet and things like that by using vermiculite. Not perlite, but vermiculite. I find it actually is far better. And I use it, as you can probably see, there's little specks in there. I use it in my compost as well. I think it just gives it that bit of aeration and actual moisture retention that I find I actually need with the compost that I use. So what we're just going to do is I'm just going to do a very light coating of it. So I know this is probably quite boring you watching, and you've probably seen all these sort of things tons and tons of times before, but this is just me sharing what I'm doing in case other people watch it and have not done. And you can actually, what the advantage of this is, you can actually see whether in a few months time whether it's a success or not. So you try to make sure that the compost is totally covered. We'll just put a little bit around the edges, just to, in case there's any seeds just there. Oh. Sorry, I'm moving the camera out the road. That's the problem with me if you're using my phone rather than a proper camera. Right, so there we go. What we'll do is just like to clean the edge up a little bit like that before, and what I will do is I'll give it a very light spray on top. Just let me wipe my hands. Right, so I've got spray here. Let me just pump it so I've got a bit more pressure. Sorry about the noise, folks. Right, so all I'll do is give it a gentle spray over the top. That just soaks the vermiculite. So I know, as I said, probably not the most exciting thing you're watching, but this just shows you what I do. So we'll do that. There we go, that's plenty enough. And what I've got is I've got some propagator lid. I just pop it on the top. Right, let me just open up my. Now this is for those who I've got a video on here already of my grow cabinet. So this is all my grow cabinet is. So let me just open the cupboard, open the doors. It is an old wardrobe with lights, as you can see. You can just see underneath there. These actually were strip lights for your cars, really, to show if you want like nice LED lights and different parts on the front of it. That's what these were. I found them fairly cheap, and they just come really handy for what I need. So there we go. So this is all. So it gives me lots of different shelves in my shed. Probably over engineered, but hey, it is what it is. So this is it. So I've got a temperature. I have an oil filled radiator. I did have a different radiator. I don't know if it was mine. It was like the tube type heaters that you find in bathrooms just to take the chill off. I tried using that. It just wasn't effective enough. And actually, this oil heater I think I got for about £20 online, and it really is really handy. So got that in there. It just keeps the temperature. Just how are we doing? What you find is it's slow. This general one is slow to heat up, and the reason for that is that it has a thermostat built into it as well to stop the whole system overheating. So what will happen is it will then begin to cool down as the oil still producing heat. I've opened the door so naturally all the heat will come out, but it will actually, as you can see, just as I said that, it's gone back on again. It's cooled down enough, it will produce more heat. It's then, once it's the cabinet's up to temperature, because I've only put it on today, it will then, the thermostat up the top there will then control the temperature. You generally find that it never gets down, because it's got heat. It will click in when it starts cooler enough, so it never gets really cold. So here we go. Right, generally my videos, I say they're going to be short and I prattle on a bit. So as you can see, these are all it's controlled with an adapter outside, and I have individual connectors for each, because you can have, as you can see under there, I've got another one, so we've got several. So right, what we're just going to do is, just bear with me, what we'll do is we just put this in here, like so. And your question might be about how close my plastic is. Right, I've got, as you can see, I've got my hand on those lights like that, and they're not burning my finger. That gives you an idea. You know, I've had these in here before, they don't melt. So that's all there is that I'm going to do. So can't leave the temperature to get up to the right temperature. I might just put it up a few more degrees just so that to get it started. I'll check it in a few days time, and that's it. It's on. The lights are on a 16-hour timer at the moment, so they come on at 8 o'clock in the morning, go off at midnight. It's like that. Because some people say about using their grow lights during the night. That's because some people, their grow lights give them the warmth. My grow lights don't give me any warmth whatsoever, so there's no benefit of me having them on during the night. So I can understand why people do it, because the combination of the heat as well as the light. So that's it. So just leave it in there. I'll close the doors and just leave it. I'll check it and have a look in a few days time, see how it's doing. And that's all. I'm not going to go outside. I'm just going to show it from inside here. The reason for that is because it's windy as anything today. Really blowing a gale. So or as I'd say where I'm from, it's brusset outside at the moment. So that will just go. All I've done really is nothing really else happened. Thankfully, with the wind, really heavy wind over the last few days, my purple sprouting broccoli, you can probably just see it there, and my cabbages inside me, my little protector they're all happily doing what they're doing. So good with that. What I've done, had a little clear out in the greenhouse to get things sorted. I've got up there that wooden box you see. It looks, well, it's just wooden. It's actually a box. What I do in the summer, I turn it upside down so that I've got a solid paste to use for putting the sweet peppers on. But in the winter I turn it upside down because it's hollow, so it's in essence a box. And I put the cold frame on top of it, and what I'll generally do is when later on, sort of February time, when I want to grow stuff outside, sort of plant them on, but I don't want it too cold, I put things in there, and I'm going to decide whether I'm going to use that little tube heater I spoke about earlier in the video, or whether I'm going to do the other thing, which is generally I've used tea lighters on top of a brick, and I put a terracotta pot on top of it so it holds the heat, just to keep the chill off. So just sort of like so they don't get too cold. So I need to decide what I'm going to do there. So that's that. So I think that's everything, folks. There's not really much else to talk about. So as I said, with most of my stuff, I'd say it's going to be a short video, and it never really is. So I'm sorry if I've bored any of you to tears. So I just let you see what I'm doing to. Hopefully, I'll do another video in probably a week or so's time to just let you see whether I've had for the third year in the trot failure with my giant onions, or whether they've been starting to grow and be a success. So thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your comments, your subscriptions. One thing I'm going to say is I've recently joined a Facebook group called UK Here We Grow. I've got to say, I absolutely love it. It's one of the few allotment channels, allotment gardening channels, you'd call it a channel, a group, community probably more, that is really enjoyable to be at. I've really enjoyed it. I like going on there. I read all the posts that people put on, comment on some of them, like a lot of them. It really is a really good group. What I'll do is I'm going to post a link down in the details part further down regarding it. So to everyone who's watching this, who's already a member of that group, thanks. I really love that community. It's really fun. It's really enjoyable, really informative, and lots of great comments, advice and videos. For those who are not members of it, the link's below. You know, go and look at their website. If you've got a Facebook account, go and have a look at it. You can either join, you can look. If you don't like it, then that's fine. So, right, I've prattled on. It's probably going to be 12-13 minutes this video again. Really sorry, folks. Right, that's enough. I'm going to go. Cold, it's lunchtime, and I need a cuppa as well. So, thanks very much for watching, folks. Thanks for your comments, your subscriptions, your likes, everything like that. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and till my next video, cheerio, folks.